Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Community Wealth. And as many of you may know, I've been on a credit repair journey. I also did this a couple of years ago, but I bought a vehicle, started doing Uber and Lyft, and Uber and Lyft didn't turn out exactly the way I thought it would. So when I bought the vehicle, kind of got in over my head. Didn't realize all the different expenses that goes into Uber and Lyft. And we talking about gas, insurance, maintenance, mileage. You gotta eat while you're out. I mean, it just became a big headache, and I got into a situation where I started letting my other business go. As you know, I do Amazon, eBay, and things like that. I started letting that go because I was chasing the Uber and Lyft money. And I was doing pretty good, but it's just I didn't realize that with me doing pretty good with Uber and Lyft, that was gonna take a toll on everything else I was doing, and the money just wasn't really there because it looks like it's there, but you gotta calculate everything you're putting into it, and next thing you know, you can't pay your credit cards. You're pretty much living off your credit cards. You couldn't pay your credit cards, behind on car payments, and it just became a big mess. So my credit score plummeted from a 760 all the way down to the 400s. All right. So back maybe last year around October-ish, I gave up Uber and Lyft, started focusing back on my Amazon and eBay and my other businesses I do. And now I'm at the point where I'm repairing my credit. And the reason why I'm showing you Experian on my screen, because this is actually who I use. I use Experian. I actually pay for the service. They have a free service, as you can see, but the free service is just for Experian. And they give you the FICO score with Experian. And they give you updates, but it's monthly updates and things like that. But as things go on, as you change things in your credit report, they do update it. They update the score. I won't say right away, but within maybe a week or so. So it's still not instant unless you pay for it. And what I pay for monthly updates on all three bureaus. So every month I get the big three scores. I get Experian, which is I get those updates daily. I get Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax monthly. Okay, so I get all three. And right now I'm not up for the all three yet, but I do have my updates on Experian. So you'll see my Experian. I'll also show you my TransUnion and Equifax scores, but that was from a month ago. So I'm pretty sure updated now because I actually got all the medical collections on my credit report deleted. I got those deleted last month, I believe. One came off, and this month another one came off. So I'll show you that. Now working on the repo. I have a repo I'm trying to get off. Actually, Santander is tricky because Santander actually went through a class action lawsuit. And with the class action lawsuits, they are supposed to help repair your credit because they actually got hit with predatory lending. As anyone ever had Santander, when you go to the dealership, they pretty much push Santander on you. So they just push it on you. And so I ended up with Santander. I gave a $500 deposit. My interest rate was incredible. I mean, incredible as far as bad, And I didn't even really get it, but I figured I was going to do Uber and Lyft, so I didn't care. Whatever. Who cares? That's how I looked at it. I mean, my car note was outrageous. You know what I mean? But that was the interest rate. The interest rate was in the 20s, but I had a 760 credit score. But also, before you go do something like that, you might want to take the freeze off your accounts. One reason why I couldn't get approved for a better interest rate and better lenders is because I had a freeze on my Equifax, but I had a fraud alert on all three because I had some identity stuff going on. But I got that taken care of. But I had a freeze on my credit report for 7 years not a freeze. I had a fraud alert on all three bureaus for 7 years, and also had a freeze on my Equifax. Okay, so let me go ahead and log in here. Give me a second. Okay, now, so what you see here is my score. All right, you might think, oh, this is not a lot, this is not a whole lot, but here's my credit usage. My credit usage is 5%. Here's my total debt, 570. All right, I have 3 open accounts, 6 inquiries. Okay, I'm telling you, it's bad because of I have a whole lot of late pays. All right, I have a whole lot of late pays. I got the two. Told you I got the two medicals removed. I still have a bank account here I have to get removed. All right, have a bank account I have to get removed. Let's go here. I'm gonna go with reports. I'm not afraid to show you this stuff, okay, guys. I'm really not. I ain't worried about it. All right. I have 5 late payments on First Premier. You might say, you got a First Premier card. It's a card I got when I was rebuilding my credit a couple years ago. I just never closed it. One of my oldest cards. You see, my Navy Federal has excellent payment history. I keep my balances around 5%, as you can see. 5%. I keep everything around 5%. All right. Balances at 5%. All right. I still have a student loan. Now I had 8 late payments on that, but I'm almost done with this. I only have a few more payments with the student loan. I'll be done, but I'm gonna write it out because I had the late payments. I'm gonna write it out. And here's my only collection on this account. All right, it's my only collection. I have no collections on my Equifax and TransUnion. I have no collections, but those collections were removed. All right, and it was because I sent in a letter. I'll show you the letter I sent in. All right. So, TCF National Bank here. All right, that's my only collection. So and I just sent in a letter for that. All right, let's go here. Okay, go to disputes. Disputes are ready. I'm gonna show you what happened. New dispute center. Completed. All right, these were both removed. All right, these were the 2 that was removed. They kept this on here, like I say, Santander been tripping. All right, and back then I got a whole bunch of stuff removed as well. As you can see, I got all of this stuff was removed. This was back in 2018, but I just restarted this year, and these 2 I got removed. Now, when I first was doing my credit repair back in 2018, I never wrote a letter. I sent in the letter to update my personal information, but I never wrote a letter. I called in all the time to all 3 bureaus, and then when the Sprint account would come off, I put in a fraud alert through. Well, I found an identity theft claim through the FTC, which I'm gonna have to file another claim through the FTC with Santander because Santander just been tripping. They updated the information to 0 balance and all of that, but they put a charge off on there. They put late pays. It's all craziness. They're supposed to take the stuff off. All right, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and, file a complaint with the FTC. The credit bureaus won't take it off. Santander won't take it off. It's just weird. And you might say, well, it is what it is. Well, of course, I did do it. But if you made a settlement saying that you're gonna make it whole, you're gonna update, you're gonna repair the credit reports because you were doing predatory lending. You sought out people and had the dealerships falsify documents and just to get these loans so you can sell them to the private market. That's you did that. You preyed upon people and boost these high payments. You did that. So anyway, I didn't have to take it, but you preyed upon what people need at the time or what people want at the time. You preyed upon that and you said that you were going to fix it, so fix it. But anyway, so I got these 2 removed. All right, now I'll show you the letter that I used. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Well, first I'm going to show you this. This was my credit score back in March. All right, so for me to jump it up to a 617 on my own, didn't do any credit repair. I did it myself. So I went from back in March 472 to today at a 617 on my own accord with late payments and everything like that. You gotta admit, hey, that dude did pretty good with his for himself, right? So what I'm gonna do, also there are other FICO scores as well. These are all my little scores I did. You see here. This is my score now with the FICO 9. This is through my Navy Federal account. So it's a FICO Score 9, my FICO Score 9, and that's through Equifax. As you can see, I wrote everything right here. It's through Equifax. 597 FICO Score 9. All right, it's 597. All right, that's with Equifax. I don't know what it is now with the FICO Score 9, with some things updated, but okay. And also, as you can see, some of these are my Vantage Score. We're not going to worry about the Vantage Score. We're just going to show you the FICO Score 9 and that. And also, we're going to show you all 3 credit bureaus. I'm going to show you that real quick. Where we at? Well, I'll show you here. I can show you here. All right. I'm going to show you the letter I wrote. Well, let me go back. I know I'm all over the place because I didn't really think this out. I just did it. But I'll show you the results here for the medical data system. This was the most recent. All right. It says this item was removed from your credit report. This happened on the 4th, right? This was the 4th it was removed, all right? That's the medical data systems. And the nationwide recovery was in July. So July 27th, this item was removed. And it was all because of the letters I'm about to show you, all right? I'll show you the letters I did. I'm just going to show you one letter because I just actually modified the letters. So it wasn't nothing major, just modified the letters, all right? So every time I do a letter, I just modify it to fit what I'm trying to do. All right. Let me see here where we at. Medical data system, there no response. We're gonna go. Since I'm in Experian, I'll find the one for Experian. Here we go, right here. All right, let me blow this up for you so you can see how I format my letters. Right, so right here, this is how I format my letters, okay? What I do is I had a date at the top. Let me get it smaller to get it all on the screen. What I do is I had a date at the top here. All right, this is the date. This will be your name, city, state, zip code. You're going to have your SSN, your date of birth, and your report number, okay? So you see that? You got a date up here, your name, city, state, SSN, date of birth, and your report number. If you don't have a report number, that's fine, but I usually had a report number. Because I guess you should have a report number because you're going to pull your credit report first. You go to annualcreditreport.com. Right now, they're doing it every week. Right now, annualcreditreport.com, you can get all 3 bureaus once a week. So I haven't been doing it once a week, but I do it maybe like twice a month. But every week, you can pull your credit report, all right, on annualcreditreport.com. You're going to have the report numbers on there. Right, so that's how I got a report number. Right, so let me blow this up so you can see it. So after you got that on here, you had a report number. Then you put the name of the credit bureau you send the letter to. And right here, this is regarding Medical Data Systems Inc. That's the most recent one I got taken off with Medical Data Systems Inc. And this is how I write it. All right, you know, you don't have to write it like this. This is my format. You come up with your own format. I came up with this format myself. All right, I didn't see anybody do that. I just came up with this myself. I just know I learned about, you know, the different laws and how to write letters because you want it to sound like you. You want the letter to sound like a normal person. You don't want to use a whole bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. All right, you just want it to sound normal. You want the letter to sound like a regular person who's just concerned about his credit report, but you know what you're talking about. All right. So while reviewing my credit report, I see this collection from Medical Data Systems Inc. I do not know of this company, and I'm sure I haven't had any dealings with any affiliates of this company. I could be mistaken, but to ensure that this collection is accurate, I would like to see the original binding contract with my handwritten signature. Now, because if it's a medical contract, guys, check this out. The signature cannot be electronic if it's for medical. It will have to be hand signed by me. So they might try to send you some crap that has maybe, you know, electronic signature, but if you was at the hospital, wanted to sign something electronically, you signed the letter by hand in the hospital, right? So bam, there it is. If any such document is not available, then this item must be deleted immediately. All right, this is the letter I wrote. Don't use the letter verbatim, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Furthermore, anything other than a copy of the original signed contract would be insufficient. All right. A copy of a bill with my name is not considered evidence that I owe this debt. If such bill contains any medical information, such as services rendered, will be in violation of HIPAA laws. Therefore, this item must be deleted immediately. And I put medical data Inc., the account number, exactly how it looks on the credit report, and the balance of it. And I also add, if this request is not met in a timely manner, which is about 30 days, Medical Data Systems Inc. Medical Data Systems Inc. must be deleted from my file. Thank you, and type your name. Never sign it. Do not sign anything, all right? I know you probably watch other videos and all that, and they all say the same thing. Do not sign anything. Just type it. You can handwrite it and all that stuff, but I want to handwrite anything either, because they can kind of match it up with your signature if they do have a signature on file. They have to figure out what's what. They have to prove that you owe this debt. All right. So this is my letter to the credit bureau, and you see I had them deleted. Equifax might not respond right away. I sent this letter first, and I had to send an update letter to some of them. I think with Equifax, because they didn't respond. And actually, the letter was kind of modified a little bit. It is all my formats are the same. This is my format. It was modified a little bit, and it basically stated that they didn't respond within 30 days. So everything else on here was kind of like whatever. Now you didn't respond within 30 days. Now you got to delete it from the file, because the law said you had to respond within 30 days. All right. Same thing happened with Santander. With Equifax, everything was 30 days, but they deleted the medical, because I only had one on Equifax, which was Medical Data Systems. On Experian and TransUnion, I had this one and the other one you saw. All right, so that's that. So this is the letter. You can use the letter, but change it quite a bit. You're going to kind of use my verbiage a little bit, but change it quite a bit, because what happens with, they use a system at the credit bureau is called eOscar, right? And with eOscar, they pretty much match up the letters with different templates. And so if they see a lot of templates that are similar, they figure you're fake, it's fraudulent, whatever, and they're not gonna honor it. They're just gonna kick it back out as verified. That's pretty much how it's gonna go. So modify it heavily, do your own thing to it, but make sure you're kind of hitting all the points with the laws and things like that. Let them know, hey, I'm human, but I don't like this stuff. Could you please delete this mess? Especially medical. Medical is kind of simple. All right, medical is kind of simple. It's probably one of the easiest ones to get off. Okay, so that's my letter, right? Now I'm gonna show you. Go back here. We're gonna show you my updated all three bureaus. Okay. Okay, so this is my three bureau. All right, this was back in August. All right, back in August. Don't have it September yet, but it's back in August. All right, so I was just at 608 with Experian. I was at 596 with Equifax and 573 with TransUnion. These haven't updated yet, so I don't know what the updated score is. I just have the updated Experian, which is 617. Because this is back in August. Remember, I just got all this stuff deleted. Not all of it, just had the new medical deleted and the Santander updated, this past week in September. So I'm waiting for the September updates to come so I can see what Equifax and TransUnion say. But as of right now, I know Experian is at 617. So now the cost of, I'm not gonna put any links there because they're like I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that for this, but which I did. But with this, the cost for the monthly update to all three credit bureaus is $24.99. So I paid it $24.99. They also have a 7-day trial, and the trick is do the 7-day trial, get all three, get your mortgage. I'm gonna show you that too. Get your scores, your mortgage scores and everything. They actually had a mortgage scores. I'm gonna show you that real quick. So you have the additional FICOs. So you have the mortgage score, is your mortgage score, FICO Score 2 for the mortgages, right? It's 598. You have the auto lending, your auto score, because they had different scores. So you go to auto score, 582, FICO 8, 553, auto score 2. All right. So yeah, my scores are bad, but whatever. Like I said, I'm working on it, as you see. And then you have your bank card score, which is for credit cards. So a different score. This is what the banks are looking at when they're trying to get your credit card. My bank card score 8 is 617. The score 3 is 583, and the score 2 is 609. Right, this is what they're looking at for the credit cards. This is what they're looking at for your auto. When you're buying a car, this is what they're looking at. All right, they're looking at this. And for the mortgage, as you know, they're looking at this. So you had different scores, all right? You had different scores. So I get all of this for $24.99 a month, and like I said, all three. I have 2 days before all three is updated again. So I'll be checking this out again on Monday. Monday will be the 14th, so I'll be checking it out then. But it's $24.99 for all of that, and I like it because, as you see, they update me every time I'm putting in disputes. Update the score. They let me know what's going on. They actually had things where they have the score simulator and all of that good stuff, as you probably saw. I'm not going to go through the site thoroughly, but they have all of that stuff. They have the score planner, the score simulator, score tracker, and like I said, you get all three scores. You get the reports. So you get the credit summary. They give you advice and tips. They tell you what credit cards you qualify for. Like right here, look at that, pre-approved for the Credit One, but Credit One is a garbage card. But Credit One does what it does. I will never really knock it because I had a Credit One before. Yes, they're fee harvested just like First Premier and other cards, but it does what it does, and they do give you, they will up your limits, things like that. They will do that. You know what? Credit One also have an American Express card now as well. Yeah, I know that's right. That's rich, right? They got an American Express card, but Credit One is not bad. So I wouldn't tell people not to get a Credit One card, but if you don't want a lot of fees, don't do it. But they approve just about anyone, and you get in there. They start out with a $500 limit. Before you know it, you have a $25 limit on your credit report, and it's building your credit, which is what you want to do, as long as you keep your balances under 10%. So if you got $1,000, you're going to keep your balances under $100. All right. As you see, I'm at 5% all the time. I got $20 limits on my cards, and I keep my cards around $100 or less. Okay, that's what I do. I put on my Navy Federal, as you see, I keep it around $60. On my First Premier, I keep it around like $30, $35. That's why I keep it in. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And you see how I updated my credit scores. I gave you a sample of my letter. I got the items deleted. I'm still working on it, and I'll be making more videos about me rebuilding my credit. And you can see my journey from 472, as I just recently showed you. Went from 472 to now 617 within a couple of months on my own terms. It's not hard to rebuild credit. You can do it yourself. You can write these letters. You can make phone calls. It's just not that hard. Just do a little research on it, and I'll be updating you on different things I'm doing, so you'll know how to do it, and you don't have to pay these people. You can't pay people to get it done faster because it does take a little time, especially going to do it through letters because you got to wait 30 days. And usually Experian, they check it out within a couple of days. Let's say you send it in on the 10th, it'll take about 7 days from to get it. They put in the system, and you will get updated within about 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks, and then you will have your results within a few days after they put in after they alert you that they're doing a dispute. Within about a week, you will have your updated results. All right, and from my experience, I had 2 deletions and 1 update. But I'm going to work on getting that deleted as well, because it's going to be simple with Santana. Because I'm going to do an FTC situation. I'm going to work on, there's a lot of discrepancies in that. You got to look for discrepancies, disputing the base. You got to dispute with facts and things. We'll get into that. But right now, I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And you have a letter. If you have a medical, you can use that. You can use that letter verbiage. Make it your own, please. Don't use it exactly like that. Make it your own. Like I said, you don't want to be matched up in the system with other letters similar, because they will kick it back as verified. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, people. The music is by It's Oasis. Check out his channel, It's Oasis, in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and keep abreast of my journey of rebuilding my credit, and also in my other business videos. Check out all the videos. I'm going to talk about Amazon, update you on what's going on with that. And hey, let's get this money, all right? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.